like a... It isn't, but yeah, this music sounds like Toto. It's not Toto. I don't know. Anyway, this FBTV Radio. My name is Mike. We try to get together. Well, we're working on getting things straightened out so we can do this. Do a broadcast, a live broadcast every Friday morning right now is what we're looking at, hopefully. Friday mornings at 10 a.m. First of the year 2020. Actually, this the FBTV Live Radio Show was going to be part of the new and improved FBTV. You know, we've been talking about that a lot. We got a webinar coming up toward the end of the month on the 30th. You can register for those webinars by going to our website at freightbrokertv.com. Excuse me, we got FBTV Insider coming up, and we'll be telling you more about that as the days and weeks go forward. And I promise you, you're going to get registered for one of those webinars because you're going to have the opportunity to be an insider if you're registered. Just leave it at that. And when we get to the webinar and we do it that day, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, let's see here. Truckstop.com. We've talked about them quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. Seems like they had a big problem. They got hacked, malware. And man, did everybody been going nuts. And I've been kind of keeping you up to date on that stuff as we've gained information. Well, December 31st, New Year's Eve, 7:49 a.m., Truckstop.com posted on their Facebook page stating that on Friday, December 20th, Truckstop.com systems were hit with a ransomware attack. Ransomware. Ooh, that's new. They've been talking about malware. I guess malware is a ransomware, but ransomware is where they had to pay. Wow. Holy smoke. But anyway, this is 11 days after the initial attack. Okay, getting back to what they said, they were hit with a ransomware attack on December 20th. They go on to say they immediately engaged law enforcement and a leading team of security experts to confirm the security of their systems and safety of their customer information. At this time, there is no evidence that any customer information was compromised, and systems are being continuously monitored for irregular system activity. Most desktop and mobile services are now available. Keyword there, most. They go on to say, we sincerely apologize, blah, blah, blah. If you have any questions, call them 800-203-2540. And I got 49 comments on that. And I'm sure most of them aren't very, well, are probably going to be like this. This issue has impacted my business tremendously. Of course it did. It happens. Maybe we're in the technology age, whatever. Things get hacked. You know, I got one of those ransomware deals on my computer one day. And you either play it or you just crash your system and start all over. I crashed my system because I back up everything on other things. So, yeah, it's a job. I got to go back in there and do it. But knock on wood, that has only happened to me once. You know, where the computer locks up. This was the old FBI attack warning thing. You know, warning, you know, blah, 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 you know. The FBI emblem, you know, your computer's been locked. Blah, blah, blah. You're going to have to pay X amount of money to be able to get unlock key. Well, I've never understood about all that. Okay, if they got into your computer and they locked it and they want you to pay them money to get the key so you can unlock it, well, their stuff is still on your computer. Can't they come back anytime they wanted to, push a button and make you pay some more money? No. They said you'd only have to pay them once. Yeah. Anyway. All right. This past Monday, end of the year, December 30th, last Monday, FMCSA really, really went to town patting themselves on the back, boy. They listed their accomplishments. 2019 Historic Hours of Service Proposal. Okay, not ruling, proposal. In August 2019, FMCSA proposed historic reforms to the existing hours of service regulations to improve safety and increase flexibility for commercial vehicle drivers. Okay, pat yourself on the back all you want to on that one. But you guys have been trying, FMCSA has been trying to do something with the hours of service rules since, 2004, 2005, something like that. And here we are 15 years later, 16 years later, and they still trying to figure it out. Yeah, I'd add that as an accomplishment, too. Improving regulatory efficiency. Over the year, FMCSA proposed several important regulatory reforms that resulted in over $366 million in savings for the American economy. Wow. So prior to 2019, we were just wasting money. You know what that reminds me of? Did you ever see the movie Dave? You know, who was it? Sigourney Weaver was in it. I can't remember his name, but he was the president. He wasn't the president, but he was a lookalike, and then the president had a stroke or something, and they kept him on as president, and instead of being a puppet, he decided he was going to be the president. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's a good movie if you get a chance to watch it. But what he decided he was going to do was decrease the deficit, and to do that, he had to make some budget cuts. And they were, doing they were talking, or, the staff were in there talking and making cuts and things like that. And he said, I forget the department he was or whatever he was, but he said, hey, can't we cut the budget here? We don't need to advertise. And well, sir, we don't want to cut that budget because we're advertising. The reason we're advertising is so people feel good about their new car purchases. And Dave, he was like, hey, they got the new car. Shouldn't they be happy about that on its own merit? Do we really need to spend millions of dollars to run advertising in hopes of making them feel good about the car they just purchased, what they're already happy for? That's what this sounds like. This is really what it sounds like to me. Critical grant funding. In 2019, FMCSA awarded $77.3 million in grants to states and educational institutions to enhance commercial vehicle safety. They got that ruling they're trying to get passed too, where you got to, the driver, a CDL driver, he's just not going to be able to pass CDL test. He's going to have to go to, he's going to have to really get qualified to do it. I don't know. It's somebody sitting behind a desk that has no idea about trucking coming up with this stuff. Supporting military service members. Okay, should be doing that anyway. But in June 2019, FMCSA officially launched its under 21 military driver program, a pilot program to permit 18 to 20-year-olds who possess the U.S. military equivalent of a commercial driver's license to operate large trucks in interstate commerce. Well, I'm all for supporting the military, but I do have some concerns about letting a 18 to 20-year-old person have a CDL. And the only reason I'm saying that is, one, if they're 18 to 20 years old, well, you're not able to get into the military till you're 18. So if you're between 18 and 20, you should still be on your first hitch. You see what I mean? So I don't get this. Goes on to say this program is designed to help the brave men and women who serve our nation the opportunity to explore quality job prospects in interstate trucking. Okay, if somebody's not if they were in the military and they're out before they're 20, something didn't go right. So I'd really take a closer look at that one, especially before patting myself on the back about it. Fighting human trafficking. In July 2019, FMCSA announced a final rule that permanently bans drivers convicted of human trafficking from operating a commercial vehicle for which a commercial's driver's license or a commercial's learner's permit is required. Okay, that's a no-brainer. What I do have a problem with is making a drive. Well, okay, this is Arkansas. Now, understand this. Don't send me hate mail, okay? But drivers, when you go to renew your CDL, and they're making it harder and harder and harder. This last time my CDL came up for renewal, I had to, I was supposed to take them in my birth certificate. Well, why would I have to do that? You've already had it. You've had my CDL's been on file for how many decades? I had to go through all the rigmarole when I got my CDL. I had to jump through all the hoops to be able to, take the testing and all of that. And now you want me to bring in the birth certificate. Now, the state of Arkansas, on their own, they decided that for a driver that was licensed in Arkansas, had an Arkansas CDL to renew, they had to pass a human trafficking course before they could renew it and print out the certificate, bring it in to prove they have passed the test so they could get their CDL renewed. Okay, no, I am not at all for human trafficking. It's wrong. I don't care which way you look at it. It's wrong, wrong, wrong. People who mess in that, like it says here, hey, if you've done it, you're not going to get a CDL. Okay, I'm all for that. But for a state to make it a mandatory requirement that to renew your CDL, you've got to take this course for human trafficking, I think it should be suggested. I think every driver should want to, but making it a requirement, I kind of have a problem with that. A little bit of overreach as far as that goes. Helping people find jobs in trucking. This has never been a problem, so I don't know why they're patting themselves on the back here. In 2019, FMCSA prioritized efforts to make it less burdensome for men and women interested in entering the trucking workforce to obtain and upgrade their commercial driver's license. Come on, it's never been hard to get a job. The hardest job you get in the trucking industry is that first driving job. After that, you got them lining up by the truckload to hire you. After I got a CDL, I still get cards and letters and emails trying to recruit me as a driver. So I've never found, I could get off a truck one day and be working for another trucking company the next. And I think most truckers know this. So that's not really a big thing to be patting yourself on the back about. Exploring new technologies. Yeah, you should be doing that anyway. What else there? Raising awareness of large truck and bus safety. Hey, folks, you've been doing that since the beginning of time. I always have a problem when these federal agencies come out with these press releases for the public talking about how good they are. Look at what we've done. Look at how great we are. I always have a problem with that because there's stuff they haven't done that they're trying to put on the back burner. We should be the decision makers on that. I don't know. This is just odd. FMCSA doing this kind of stuff. But anyway, hey, if you got to toot your own horn, it probably ain't worth tooting. Know what I mean?